The evolving concept of war in international relations. War has long been a defining force in international relations, shaping the geopolitical landscape, influencing diplomacy, and driving the development of international law. However, the concept of war has evolved significantly over time, moving beyond traditional state to state conflicts to include asymmetric warfare, cyber warfare, and other non traditional forms of aggression. This speech will explore how the understanding of war has changed, its role in shaping international relations, and the implication of modern perspectives on war. The changing definition of war. Historically, war was understood as an armed conflict between sovereign states, typically involving large-scale battles and military campaigns. The traditional Clausewitzian definition of war as an act of force to compel our enemy to do our will reflected this conventional understanding. However, as the nature of conflict has shifted, so too has the definition of war. Today, war encompasses a broader range of hostilities, including insurgencies, terrorism, cyber attacks, and economic warfare. The rise of non-state actors such as the terrorism organization and paramilitary groups has further blurred the distinction between war and peace, challenging the traditional frameworks of traditional relations. Asymmetric warfare and its impact. One of the most significant shifts in modern warfare is the prevalence of asymmetric conflicts, where weaker parties engage in unconventional tactics against more powerful adversaries. Guerrilla warfare, insurgents, and terrorism attacks exemplify the phenomenon. The Vietnam War and Soviet-Afghan War, and more recently conflicts in the Middle East, illustrate how non-traditional forces can challenge superior military powers through tactics such as ambushes, sabotage, and prolonged resistance. These conflicts have redefined military strategy and forced states to rethink how they engage in and respond to war, leading to counterinsurgency strategies and a greater focus on intelligence and special operations. The rise of cyber warfare in the 21st century. Cyber warfare has emerged as a critical component of international conflict. Unlike traditional warfare, cyber warfare doesn't require physical violence but can be just devastating. Cyber attacks on critical infrastructure, financial system, and government institutions have the potential to cripple a nation's economy and security. The 2007 cyber attacks on Estonia and the Stuxnet virus targeting Iran's nuclear program illustrate how cyber operations can influence geopolitical tensions. These new forms of conflict challenge existing international laws and necessitate new regulatory frameworks to address digital security and cyber deterrence. War's influence on diplomacy and international law. War has historically played a crucial role in shaping diplomatic relations and international law. The Treaty of Westphalia, 1848, established the foundations of modern state sovereignty following years of devastating conflict. Similarly, the aftermath of World War I led to the establishment of the League of Nations, and World War II resulted in the creation of the United Nations and the comprehensive international legal framework aimed at preventing future wars. The Geneva Conventions, the UN Charter, and the various arms control treaties exemplify how war has influenced the codification of rules governing the conduct of hostilities and the protection of civilians. However, the changing nature of warfare has raised new legal challenges, particularly regarding drone strikes, cyber operation, and the use of artificial intelligence in military strategy. War and the global order. The role of war in shaping the global order remains significant. Conflicts often lead to shifts in power dynamics, with the rise and fall of empires, the creation of new states, and the redrawing of borders. The Cold War, while not a direct military confrontation between the United States and the Soviet Union, was characterized by proxy wars, nuclear differences, and ideological struggle, fundamentally shaping international relations for decades. In the contemporary world, regional conflicts such as those in Ukraine and the Middle East continue to influence global alliance, economic stability, and security policies. Modern perspectives on war and international relations. Today's scholars and policy makers in international relations view war through various lenses, including realism, liberalism, and constructivism. Realists argue that war is an inevitable consequence of power struggles and an anarchic international system. Liberals, on the other hand, emphasize international cooperation, institutions, and diplomacy in preventing conflicts. Constructivists focus on the social and ideological factors that shape perception of war and peace. The evolving nature of war, including hybrid warfare and cyber conflicts, has forced scholars to reconsider traditional theories and explore new frameworks that address contemporary security challenges. In conclusion, war remains a complex and multifaceted phenomenon in international relations. While its definition and manifestations have evolved over time, its impact on diplomacy, law, and global stability remains profound. Understanding the changing nature of war is crucial for policymakers, scholars, and international organizations as they navigate the challenges of modern conflicts. As technology continues to advance and new threats emerge, the study of war in international relations will remain a critical field for shaping global peace and security.